For years, Rhode Island drivers have had to deal with detours on Route 95 due to road repair projects, but never one as drastic as this. In mid-January of 1988, someone who was walking in downtown Providence just happened to look up. And then that person saw a huge crack on the Route 95 bridge called the viaduct. The bridge was immediately shut down for emergency repairs and huge traffic jams resulted. One of the worst traffic problems was 24 years ago today, January 24th, 1988.
The northbound lanes of I-95 remain closed today as crews work to shore up the steel trusses on the cracked girder. Finishing touches were needed on the framework before it could safely be opened to the more than 160,000 vehicles which use it each day. And to make sure there are no further problems, starting tomorrow morning, DOT crews will begin inspecting the two other bridges with similar design in the state. Throughout the weekend, more than 230 people from the state and local governments and the private sector have been working on this repair. The governor would not speculate what the total tab on overtime would be, but he is hoping to get federal matching funds to pay for some of it.
Flashing back to another January 24th, 1978. Big changes at the pinball parlor. Video games coming on strong. Check out this child of the 70s explaining the new video games.
At pinball arcades, this is something completely different. The concept, digital electronics involved,
it all comes under the heading of good, clean fun. And if you don't like the idea of saving the Federation in a starship, you can always relive the past and pretend you're Marshall Dillon or Wyatt Earp.
By the way, I misspoke. That was actually 1977, and that was the beginning of the time when pinball parlors were not just for pinball anymore. The reporters in both those stories continued their TV careers in the Midwest after they left NBC 10. Vince Gibbons was this station's 6 p.m. and 11 p.m. news anchorman in the late 1970s, just before Doug White took over that job. And Sylvia Gambardella was our consumer reporter for part of the 1980s, and to my knowledge is now an independent TV news producer in the Midwest. By the way, later that day, the highway did open to traffic again after it was shut down for 52 hours. Now